Oh, you know that this is the channel you're listening to. Guess what? This is day 0 at Essen Spiel in Essen, Germany. What does day 0 mean exactly? Well, day 0 means that it's setup day. It's the second of 2 setup days. Wednesday, Thursday is when the whole show actually starts. So as you can see behind me, we're actually outside any of the halls. It's empty behind me. This is Hall 7. If I turn around, you'll see a big 7 up there. Not being used this year. The halls that are being used are from 6 all the way down to 1. 6 being the smallest of the companies, basically, down to 1 being the biggest of the companies. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you a little bit of a look at what things look like before things are completely set up. They will look a little bit less empty than this, of course. Oh my God. Christoph from
Hello.
Asmodee. Here he is.
Yeah, Rebel.
Rebel, which is part of Asmodee. And and what is he doing? He is handing me a beer. I was just about going over to his booth to go and drink this.
Super rare, like wild ale. So like it's very hard to to make it in the US, but like Poland excels in it.
Oh, really?
So this is something.
We're not going to have any now, I guess.
Like for tasting. Yeah,
Just
it's
to
not
take.
like
Okay, I'm going to take this home with me and enjoy it. How's that? Right?
Yeah,
Probably.
that's perfectly fine.
Right? Awesome. So I don't have to come by your booth now. I'm going to just continue.
You can.
I can still? Okay. I'll meet you. I'll meet you over there. Okay. So Christoph from Rebel Games, which is part of the Asmodee group, and he is just giving me this very rare beer. This is what people do. They give me rare beers and other kinds of things, and I hope I don't drop it on the way as I go through the things. Hello to those who have joined. I didn't see who it was, but thank you very much for quickly joining this little live feed, which of course, Ignacy is on my live feed. Yes, you will probably get more cookies than I get beer, but in the end, I won't be able to drink all the beer that people give me. By the way, Ignacy, really kind of crappy that you aren't even showing up until Saturday. I can't believe it, making your people do all the work and you're not showing up. Not cool, man. You should be here. I texted you, by the way, and you did not reply to me. You're a bad man. All right, well, I'm going to make my way through the halls and show everybody, all 2 people who are here, including Ignacy. But then again, people will log on later in the show, over the next few days, and they'll see what things look like. So I'm going to turn this around now. You don't see my face, but you'll see the halls. So here we go. Right now, we are entering Hall 6. Again, smaller companies here until you get to the lower number halls. This is just a retailer of games. As you can see, tall games stacked tall. Wow, look at that. That is I wonder what they want for that. StarCraft, way out of print game in German, though. I should ask them what they want for that game. People in the U.S. are dying to get that game reprinted. I don't think it'll ever be reprinted, sadly. You'll notice there's some very empty booths still. Again, setup day. Some companies can literally show up and plop down a table in a game, and they're on their way going. So they might not be here until tonight. Most companies are deeply into trying to get their setup finished. Tak-san, how are you? Good to see you. Tak-san is with Japan Brands, who represent many of the small one-off Japanese companies. He also now works for Simon. You'll notice that there's all kinds of game companies that you don't quite recognize here. As I said, these are the smallest ones. Coming over to here, we're going to see a very well-known game company and a good friend of mine, and that would be Uli Lenneman. And there he is, actually. Uli, you are live with 2 people, completely 2 people on the internet are watching this right now. So we noticed that you don't have much of a booth set up here. You're way behind.
Just waiting for tables, actually.
Ignacy is actually watching this. God knows he has nothing better to do, so he's watching this. He says, greetings to Uli.
Yeah, and greetings to Ignacy, back to you, and you are a slacker.
He is a slacker. He doesn't show up until Saturday. I mean, that is crazy. What? You know, maybe I would not have retired if I did that, not show up until Saturday. All right.
He should enjoy his time,
That's right.
because being on a Wednesday at Essen is okay.
It's a lot of work. All right. You keep working, Uli. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
So he's probably the biggest company in this entire hall. Spielwerks. All right, we have just gotten into Hall 5. Yep, Hall 5. There he is. There's Paul Grogan, the man. He's walking by. And again, smaller companies here. You're not going to see many companies you immediately recognize. This is the booth right here of the, going to go up there, of the Deutsche Spielpreis, one of the largest gaming awards out there. They have a big party tonight, which I'm invited to. Looking up, we can see Krefel, which is pretty sure a Polish printer. And I didn't see who that was just now. Someone else just commented. I apologize. It's hard for me to even hold this camera and comment and look at the commentary. So if you want to comment again, you'll see. Omar. Hey, Omar. Good to see you, buddy. All right, so for Americans, they might know Gamelin Games. I wanted to put myself into this aisle because I saw theirs. So Gamelin, pretty small company, and they make the Tiny Epic series. So as you can see, they're on the way to getting set up. So I'm going to move through this gentleman's booth right here, go back to that main aisle. Look, now I'm doing video of you.
Hello, I'm Ben Maddox. Watch 5 Games for Doomsday. Don't watch it, listen to it. It's a podcast. The finest board game podcast known to mankind.
It is the finest after Board Games Insider.
Apart from Board Games
Yes.
Insider.
Take care, Ben. Ben just interviewed me a few minutes ago. Oh, Andrew. How's it going, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good. So, who are you working for here?
I'm helping out.
Oh my God!
You know Mark.
Of course I know Mark. Mark of the Great Games. So you guys are being live streamed right now on my channel, and hey, I've got exactly 3 people watching this. Though
Hi, Paula.
Paula is not one of them, amazingly enough. I guarantee. But you know who was listening to it? It probably still is Ignacy. Chevy check. He's not even going to be out of Saturday. I mean, talk about a slacker.
Lame.
Guys, what do you got showing off here? I mean, this is
Title endangered.
that is awesome.
My new title, Aldabas, which is over there, that I, don't have handy to show you on
Oh,
the
it's
camera.
not a problem. No, I'm just doing.
there, Andrew.
This is a quick thing just to show off all of the. If you want to show it off, this is just a quick thing to show like the pre. Oh, look what we got here. And you had this at Gen Con or even at Origins, right? I was doing the interviews. Yeah, excellent, very good. You guys getting ready? You're a little behind the curve, I think.
Our games just got delivered. They were hiding in someone else's booth for 3 hours.
Oh, that's awesome. Did Ataka do that to you?
I don't know. I'm not going to place blame.
No blame. There'll be no blame be placed here. All right, guys. Good luck. I'll be seeing you around the show. Oink Games is making a big splash, especially with Scout, which is a Spiel des Jahres nominee. There's Chip Theory Games on the other side of that wall. They had a big party last night that they did not invite me to. Hello, Board Game Queens. Inside Up Games. Kind of hard to hold this, hold the beer, hold a folder that I have. All right, we're now going into Hall 4, as you can see. Still in Hall 4, some of the smaller companies, though they'll start to get kind of bigger and bigger. You'll see the bigger signs hanging from the rafters as you get into the other halls. Like every will have one. Korea board games over there. You might not have heard of them, but they are fairly large, obviously, in Korea. Quartermaster Logistics. So, U.S. company, right? Part of the Cool Stuff group. And they are here doing some advertising for their stuff. I'm going to show you a really unbelievable booth that's in this hall. So as you can see, we're coming here, Luda Creations, you know, a pretty big company in Europe. Now, so we have Cephalofair here at the back of this hall. Of course, with like one of the biggest games in the industry. And look at the beautiful setup that these guys do. Price is amazing. He's the marketing guy here. So they're going to be showing off Gloomhaven and the minis. Look at that, those boxes of Gloomhaven over there. They're going to be showing off Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven draws like, oh, look at that. Like, we'll put him, Price from Cephalofair Games. He's going to run around. He's not going to show off his face. Come on, do some marketing with me. How you doing, buddy? I'm just doing a live stream. Stand right there. I can't like. If you do that, you're gonna be like your whole face is gonna be up there. But yeah, I'm doing a quick live stream just to show people the setup and things like that. And as I was literally just saying, you guys have some of the best setup and booth presence of anybody, and I just love the way you guys do this. And you don't wing it. You carefully plan this out. So you mentioned to me this huge line of minis that's going to be coming out. Oh my God!
Yeah, we've got over about 250 plus unique sculpts, and it'll be several hundred miniatures if you're going all in. So yeah.
And when is this going to happen?
That'll be launching on crowdfunding by Backer Kit, first quarter of next year.
Wow, wow! I need that. No, I need that in my life.
We'll look for you to show up.
I will show up. I absolutely will. All right, man. Enjoy, and I'll be swinging by when everything is done. All right, take care. All right, so I wanted to show you, just got it, but I wanted to step back and show you this. So look at the coloration on this booth and the lighting. It's not going to even come close to showing you how cool this is on this kind of, camera. But this is a company called S-Star. They are printers. They're Chinese printers. But they have put up a booth. Now, again, the light is not going to show, but it's the whitest, beautiful light. They've got this teal, turquoise, green with bright lights. When this wall is finished with their games, it's going to look absolutely amazing. Hello? I'm just doing a little bit of video for my channel. Fantastic. So the president of the company is sitting right there, and he recognized me too because we've done some business in the past. Thank you. Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Boom, boom. Just doing some video for the channel. You're live right now to a whole 8 people. Hello. Everyone say hello. There you go. I'll be back later in the show. Take care, guys. 6 people, not 8 people. I don't want to brag, you know. Anybody over here? More Korea. You know what? Before we go into the hall 1, 2, and 3, I said you saw that we were in 4. We actually have to walk through what's known as the Galleria. There's the big map. You're not going to be able to see exactly what's going on that map, but this place is massive. Absolutely massive. In the Galleria, it's sort of a walkway between the biggest halls, 1, 2, 3, and the smaller halls, which are 4 through whatever the top number is, 9. 3 is over there. That's the hall with the biggest of the big companies. Stronghold Indie used to be in there. They've actually moved out for various reasons to hall 2, but 1 and 2 and 3 are the biggest halls. So here in the Galleria, you'll see this is where like the food and some of like the silly little attractions are set up. So like for kids and things like that. So there'll be little booths here with like bounce house and things like that. And obviously you have food stands that you can get food at for your booth staff or the attendees that are here. And it's open air. It's really nice in here. Essen, by the way, this time of year, the weather is usually horrible, really bad. But it's very nice this year. We're gonna go in here. You know what? We'll go down a little bit more. We'll go down a little bit more. Go into Hall 2. We'll wander Hall 2. We'll go to Hall 1. And we'll end the tour at Hall 3. As I mentioned, the biggest hall. Biggest in both size and for the types of companies that you find in there. This is what I had for lunch. I had a currywurst for lunch. He loves me my currywurst. All right, we're gonna go in here to Hall 2. As you can see, here we go. Hey, how are you? You're live streaming back to my 6 viewers right now. It's a massive success.
Well, awesome here. You're missing out.
That's right. But it is, and I appreciate all of you guys like watching in, and of course this is gonna be put up onto the channel for posterity. So as you can see, much more blown out booths and things as I wander through here. You're gonna notice lots of banners up high. I mean, just like you kind of look at the production values. Look at these guys. I don't even know who these guys are. Obviously, they will make laser cut things. This is the funniest company of all, Ass. Now, the funny thing is about them is that they are a very old company, Altenburger Spiel, I forgot. But they're a printer. But their letters were Ass, and that was before, like, there was a lot of, cooperation with America and things. And 150-year-old company, they weren't going to change their acronym, so now, well, they get laughed at a little bit. But they do some very, very, very good work. You can see down there, you can see Ultra Pro. Oh, Rathscellers, maybe I can go back there and see if anybody from a certain channel is there. Yep, there they are. There they are. The Dice Tower's got a booth with Rathscellers right now. But nobody's there. Tom's not there, so I can't mock him. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right. All right, so we're gonna go from here. I did not even hit my buddies at Stronghold where, if I should try. I mean, it'd be nice if we did see them. Forgot where they are exactly. I think I might not be able to find them. As you can see, it's a big maze. Big maze for everybody. There's Zock, big German company. Eagle Griffin Games, everybody knows that name. Hasbro. So Hasbro's normally in Hall 3, but for some reason I guess they downsized, and they've got their gamers games on this side, and they've got their more mass market, as you can see, on that side. Don't know why they moved, but they did. Ah, there they are. I see my buddies at Stronghold. Notice here we have the Asmodee shop. They've got multiple shops to be at. Look at this advertisement. Netflix Squid Games. That's a good one. All right. So, I don't know if anybody's there. Seeing old friends. Hello, hello, hello. And here is the mostly complete booth of Stronghold Indie. Nobody is there. They're basically finished. I see some extra stuff here on the sides, but here's their booth. They've downsized this year. You know, many people have. But they're very professional setup. Back on one side, they have a meeting room. And back on the other side of that, you'll notice they have a storage area. And really nice shelving and things like that. So I like the way they've set things up. Very, very cool. All right, we're gonna do a final thing in hole 3 because my hands are killing me right now, holding this beer in one hand and holding this camera in the other hand. Oh, this was only hole 2. I got to do hole 1 a little bit, and then we'll get to hole 3. Oh my, oh my. It is so big. So people who have been to Gen Con, of course, most people who are listening have been to Gen Con. That's a big hall, right? That exhibit hall is a big hall. This is 5 times the size of that hall. It's unbelievable. So we're now entering hole 1. Bigger companies. Days of Wonder. Normally they're in hole 3. So I don't know why they've moved to hole 1, but things always shift around. That's sort of part of the whole thing. People will shift around a little bit at various times. Exploding kittens here on the side. Just heard that poor Eric Lang will not be here. Feel bad. Eric, get well. And hope to see you soon. My buddies at Arcane Wonders, you can see over there. Look at this, look at these booths, look at this. This is going to be up there in the ceiling. As you can see, there's chains there that are going to bring it up, but it's massive. It's 15 feet circular and 4 feet high-ish. You'll notice that people are learning the games. The demo staff is actually learning the games right now in preparation for tomorrow. Again, this is day 0. So look who's here. The amazing and talented Julie Ahern, newly married, wonderful. I call her an old married lady now that she's married. Hello, Julie. Say hi. Hello. So we're live streaming to like all of 6 people right now back home, or maybe across the world. It is, I guess, the morning, right? What time is it over there? Don't know.
Early?
It's fairly early, but not so early.
It's about coffee time?
Yeah, I guess so. And Julie, while Julie is the Chief Operating Officer essentially for Van Ryder Games, she is here with Robert, her husband, and working Arcane Wonders for the week and doing business, of course, for Van Ryder. So this looks like basically completely set up now. I'm going to back up a little bit. Got some merchandising area there. We've got the cool sales area here, just like the Stronghold thing. It was almost identical, different color. They have got the glass. Oh, Jeff Ridpath is saying, hey, it's 9 o'clock here on the East Coast, he's telling me, 9 a.m. Well, Jeff, get out of bed, you lazy bum, and, watch this whole thing. So, yeah, I have it on this side only, so. Looks good. The booth looks good. So, and of course, as Robert always does, he spends the big money to put up the big banners and stuff like that. But it looks great. You guys all excited and set for tomorrow morning?
Oh, absolutely. So I think Dice Manor, everybody's going to learn how to play because that's the new. And I'm over here in the corner. They stuck me in the corner.
They don't never put baby in the corner kind of thing, but your baby's
I like
in the
it
corner.
Hands, I've got my own little domain.
You got your own little domain. It's going to be cool. And what are you going to be demoing?
I'm demoing Mortem, and then I think we'll be doing a sneak peek of Demons, which is an
Mortem. Oh, very cool. A sneak peek.
Yeah.
Oh, can't put my hand on the side. That's the lens.
There you go. But yeah, so Furnace, the Antigon expansion is here to be played, not purchased, but Furnace is out, obviously.
Very nice.
Picture perfect.
One of
with
my
all
favorite
3
games last year.
expansions.
Really, and I don't say this because you're standing here or because I love both you and Robert, but you guys are just killing it. These guys are just killing it. Furnace, phenomenal. It's like engine building,
Pure
the engine
engine
building
builder,
game.
yeah.
It's if you want an engine builder, you don't get more engine building than Furnace. Picture perfect. a really good take on deduction and fun with the coolest like standees. In fact, Stephen Bonner Cardboard made an appearance over at Gen Con. Mobile Markets, which is another game in the smartphone line, correct? And of course, we have. You can see it down there. I think I can squeeze in here and get to the big boxes of Foundations of Rome. And when I came by before, you guys said something like, "Oh, we brought in 5 pallets," and I said, "You only have 5 pallets of games?" And Robert said, or you said, "No, that was 5 pallets of Foundations of Rome." I'm like,
Still not that many games because it's so big. And also, a lot of them were pre-signed up for. So.
Right.
So if you are at Essen or attending Essen and you want that first thing on Thursday,
You better be here first thing because it's gonna go. You can only bring so many of a massive structure like that.
So, but Dice Manor is just released, so this is the first time it's being played. In fact, this is the first time Robert got to see it. The manufactured copy was when we opened them up.
Excellent.
So those are
In fact, I don't know anything about Dice Manor, so this is kind of good to take a look at it. It's so good. Of course, it's so good.
So you are trying to sell a house. You're a real estate agent.
A real estate agent.
You start with the foyer of a home. You roll dice, and everybody gets their own set of dice. And when you roll, you then have to choose. Like if you're going to play 2s, you must play all of them.
Right. Okay.
So you can, strategy-wise, you might be doing a lot because you really want something, so you're going to go all in, or you might be holding back and only playing one thing at a time to see what everybody else does and have all of the dice at the end to have a little bit more say. Once you have dice, you can bid on. So let's say I really want this bathroom because the different rooms of the house.
Gotta have a bathroom in your house.
You do.
I think you do at least one, if not more.
But you're also factoring in what you really are looking for in the hubs is, you're making sets of colors, but you're also doing sets of numbers.
Very good.
When you once you purchase them, if you win them, there's the puzzle piece of building your house so that you're maximizing your point strategy.
Very, very good.
And then you can also, bid for first, second, and third place in turn rotation. And then also you can put things down to actually start pre-showing the house and getting money that way.
Very cool.
Getting points that way.
So when is your retail release on this?
That is
That's a great question. For Arcane Wonders, and truly is
But
only
it is
arcane
here
adjacent.
available
Yes.
at Essen for the first time ever now, so it's got to be coming soon.
And it's Q1. Do you know that? And Benita is here. We are live streaming right now onto my YouTube channel. We have a whole 9 people actually watching this at 9 a.m. on the East Coast. So I'm just stopping in and saying hello to people. So thank you both for having a chat with me, and I will see you later in the show. Hugs all around. Hugs all around. Hugs and fist pumps for my buddy over here. Hello. I gotta grab my beer again. No one stole it. I'm so happy. And my folder. Sorry, hold on one second. And we're gonna get, I'm sorry for the camera shake, guys. I gotta get a good handle on this. And now we're gonna get to Hall 3, the big one, which I have to find. Hey, which way to Hall 3 from here? Straight, right? Okay, here we go. Again, apologies for all the camera shake. I'm literally holding the camera in one hand, trying to balance it with a beer I was handed while I was doing this. We're 29 minutes into this 5-minute video that I was going to do. And also the folder of just general stuff that I was carrying. Note to self, tomorrow I'll be bringing a bag that'll make it easier to pick up everything, games and beer and whatever people hand me. Here's another one of the Asmodee shops. I mentioned we showed one that was in Hall 1, and this is another one in Hall 2. So it's very interesting like that. I mentioned that, the biggest competitor is in Hall 3, and there's no reason that Days of Wonder wouldn't be there. Hello, Days of Wonder. Hello. That was the Days of Wonder head of studio. And we are about to go through the breezeway into Hall 3. Oh, it got bright out there. My eyes, the sun. I got my sunglasses hanging off, but I don't have hands enough to put them on me. And this is a breezeway that goes between some of the halls. You can reach Hall 3 via the Galleria, which you can see way there in the distance, all via these little breezeways. This will be, if it was raining hard, they would pull walls. You can see those walls on the side. They can pull walls to cover it up. They might be covered up tomorrow. I think actually they do that all the time. Right now, the trucks need to get in and out. All right, now we definitely have the biggest of the big companies. Here we have Essen Spiel. They are huge in Germany and on the continent of Europe. So this is their massive booth. Beautiful setup. Let's get over to Portal Games, where my buddy Ignacy, who was watching it in the beginning of the stream, he's probably gone by now. If I was him, I'd be gone by now. Look at there's 11, and the many copies they have of that. It's just hit the show. It's not even released yet. They're going to be playing. Look at this. They're going to be playing on these unbelievably beautiful tables by Wooden Castle. It's a company I didn't know, but this is a really interesting table. All wood. It's in like that neutral color of wood. You could stain it anything, I guess. It's a role-playing kind of table too, as you can see, because it has big holes there for the books. Or they've got this kind. They've got other kinds of tables, and some of them have lights in it. If you can kind of look, it's lit up as well. But they always have a great setup here at Portal Games. I don't want to spend too much time annoying them, but you can kind of see big setup. And Ignacy, as I said, doesn't even show up until Saturday because, he doesn't need to be bothered with stuff like this. Here's Yellow. Obviously, one of the biggest companies. Very big footprint. You can see that back wall over there with games. It's all of that, all of this, and it continues all the way over to over there. Very big footprint. So Stronghold Indie used to be right there where you see BlackRock. I almost feel like I should go take a look at that. 10 viewers now listening and watching. Thank you very much. This will be available for posterity. Excuse me. Probably by later on, once I get onto Wi-Fi, it'll upload. Maybe it'll upload on 4G, and I will get charged a lot of money for it. BlackRock took over BlackRock really expanded. Take a look at this. So BlackRock is a big distributor in France, as well as game publisher. And that space right there, that was all Stronghold Indie last year in 2019, the last time I was here. So they probably wanted to expand, and I know Indie Stronghold wanted to contract a little bit because we had such a big space here. We meaning they. It's hard to stop saying we. We. All right. One little walk. Now, it's hard. I guess you can't get the perspective on how long this hall is, but I can easily say that to the end of Hall 3, which you kind of see past that second 3 in the distance, and over my shoulder, way back that way, this hall, in and of itself, is bigger than the entire amount of Gen Con's hall for the exhibitors, right? Essen, the Spiel, is one long exhibit hall. That's what it is. There is nothing else, basically. There are a couple of little things, but basically nothing else. There's no, organized gameplay. There's no open gaming. The open gaming that you do is you walk over here to, Amigo's booth. You sit down, they teach you a game, and you normally play the whole game. Sometimes they're just demos with really long stuff, but in a booth like Amigo, and look at the size of this booth. Look at the size of this booth. Look at this. Really beautiful. all of these tables will have games and gamers playing their games, and they will teach you, and they normally can teach you in many languages. And it's just massive. As I said, the biggest companies here with the biggest footprints. Ravensburger, right? We talk about Ravensburger as being the Hasbro of Germany. And you can see the footprint of this booth. It goes 70 feet in one direction and 30 feet in another. And it looks like the team is having a big meeting right now, so we're not going to bother them, of course. Not that I know them anyway. I do not know the people from Ravensburg. But they're having a team meeting, I guess, on who's demoing what and who's doing what. Very nice. As I mentioned, this is the setup day, the final setup day. People were setting up yesterday as well. And you'll see some people are close to finishing, and some people haven't even started, and they'll be here pretty darn late. Back over there is War of the Ring, the card game, and Ares Games. Fantastic. My favorite game of this show, because I don't have it yet. I had the demo and I gave a nice overview of the game on the channel. You can go look that up. It's going to be in contention for my number one game this year. But of course, as many of you know, Foundations of Rome was pretty solid there. So will it become my number one game this year? Stay tuned. The Podfather of Gaming will do a top 10 list, even if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you know. But I can still have an opinion. All right, and there are more of the Asmodee studios back there. So you can see, again, many of the Asmodee studios here and other of the largest companies. So we're going to do a little bit of a sign off right now. I'm gonna get a nice background as I do this of Studio H and the Galileo project, a very pretty looking backdrop. And hello. They don't know, of course, that they're not on camera at the moment. It would have been. So we're 37 and a half minutes into this 5-minute video that I was going to do. Tell your friends, please subscribe to the Podfather of Gaming YouTube channel and get more coverage from Essen and other conventions and other fun, silly little things that I do, all for the love of gaming. It's not to get monetized. I do it because I love gaming. I love fans. I want to evangelize the industry. So stay tuned for some more stuff as we go forward this week. This is, like I said, day 0 of the Spiel in Essen. I'm Stephen Bonacor, the Podfather of Gaming. See you soon. Bye-bye.